welcome to Fish Report on YouTube here. We have the high school JV contest, Hershey versus Bremen, and today will be only a 2-quarter contest, and thank you for watching. So it will be a very good matchup to watch. Even though if it is only 2 quarters long, it will probably still be a good game to watch.
High side. Red box. You guys go back and play defense. They're not going to wait for you to set up. Talking to all. Get back and play. Uncontested. You're not foul and give them shots on the line. That's what I'm talking about. Okay? Toward red. Toward white.
You ready something? 1, 2, 3, race. You ready something?
Don't play on your side.
I'll take 3.
Come down here to from that is your person.
Ready something? 1, 2, 3, race.
Fire. Hey, come down, Lexi, come down, Lexi. Awesome here. Sooner, Lexi, sooner. Catch it ready to throw it.
After one quarter of play, the Raiders and the Cardinals will be tied up at 12. We will have one quarter left in this ball game of JV high school.
Right, if you're just going to stand there and not box out, or not go pursue the ball, wait for it to come to you, and they reach up and jump right down, they'll touch it. Here we go for it. Alright? We go 44 again, let's go little. We got to contain. That point guard doesn't want to just stop and pass for you. Okay, so I need both inside people containing. She got to a corner, and then we're in. Alright? We go 44 right now. It's our ball. Let's go for the rest of the year. White on
Raiders on three. 1, 2, 3,
Run the offense. Come on. Line.
Abby, how you doing? That's about 2 minutes ago. They had 30 to pretty complicated. What are you going to say, Hammer?
After 2 quarters of the game, which was only 2 quarters, we had Rushi, who won 26-25 against the new Bremen Cardinals. And thank you for watching the high school JV basketball game. And in 15 minutes, we will have the high school varsity game. See you then.
Fish card in here, you might as well buy a hammer.
Bremen High School thanks for their help in providing sports medicine services to our athletes. This talented team of sports medicine and orthopedic physicians and certified athletic trainers is dedicated to keeping the Raiders on the court and in play. Thanks to the Care Health Medicine team for all they do for Bremen local school.
Welcome to Claire C. Nouveau Gymnasium at Russia High School here on this first Saturday of February here for the regular season finale for the Russia Raiders girls team here on Fish Report. I'm Brandon Coverman here tonight. Along with me, my sidekick, Daryl Sherman, better known as Heavy D, as we come for the Raiders' last battle of the season against the New Bremen Cardinals. So looking at this game, you guys, thank you New Bremen fans for joining us here today. And you know, Heavy, I've covered a lot of basketball this year, and I was telling you before the broadcast, I said, these are the two teams I've covered the most. I've done about 6 New Bremen games, I've done 6 Russia games, so what a fitting way for me, in my last regular season game for girls, to be these two teams. And New Bremen, they're 11-7. They beat Salina last Saturday. They beat Spencerville Tuesday. Thursday, they took a step back in the MAC, lost to Marion 55-44, but a very talented team, the Crimson and Gold.
Yeah, looking forward to your insight, Kobe. And I asked you before the game what you thought the spread would be out in Vegas, and you said depends on how the Raiders control the ball and turnovers, and I have to agree 100%. Coach Timmerman's team is a little hot and cold when it comes to turnovers. Hopefully tonight, this afternoon, they can take care of the ball, and we're looking forward to a great game.
Yeah, looking here, New Bremen 11-7, the Raiders 12-9. They picked up that big victory against Bockens. You and I were on the call for that game. CC Borchers hit a big shot with 17 seconds to go to propel the Raiders to victory. One of their more significant wins of the season. And this is their last regular season game against another talented team here in New Bremen before they go Thursday. They go over to the Hive and they play Riverside in their first round of tournament action.
Yeah, during the game against Bockens, a nice step up by junior Sophie Francis. Made her first varsity start for the Raiders. Had a big third quarter with 6 points and a couple nice assists to keep the Raiders right neck and neck with the Trojans, and the Raiders were able to pull it out at the end.
Russia, New Bremen here on Fish Report, coming up right after the anthem and the starting lineups here next on Fish Report.
welcome back to Clare C. Nouveau Gymnasium, and today is the last varsity home game for our 3 seniors. Ashley Scott and Kendall Monin and Caitlin Monin. Caitlin's been out the last half of the season with a knee injury, and she's going to go ahead and start the game. And I got a little insider. They're going to run one Fire Caitlin on the first play of the game and see if they can't get this senior one last shot at a bucket. So looking forward to that, Kobe.
Pretty cool insight there as we get the national anthem going, and I think one of our referees just walked in at the last moment, right as we're about ready to tip off for the national anthem. So again, we'll step aside here and we'll go through the national anthem presented by Lee Greenwood, and the starting lineup presented by public address announcer Mike Hart. Here next on Fisher Court.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Clare C. Nouveau Gymnasium for this afternoon's varsity girls basketball contest between our visitors, the Bremen Cardinals, and your Russia Raiders. The Bremen High School and Russia High School are members of the Ohio High School Athletic Association and abide by the rules and regulations as set forth by the association to maintain high standards of conduct, competition, in relation to its member schools. The referees for tonight's contest are Sterling Kamimoka, Kevin Beckstead, and Chris Ewald. Welcome to Russia High School, gentlemen. If you please rise and honor America with playing our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at twilight's casting, whose broad stars and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched. Words of gallantly stream, and the rocket's red flag blows first streaming air. They move through the night, as flanked us still there. Oh, say does that swan-spangled banner
Now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for our visitors from New Bremen. Number 2, Katie Howell. Number 3, Ellie Reckerman. Number 5, Katie Graham. Number 24, Riley Sherman. And number 34, Chloe Bornholz. The Bremen is led by Chris Bird and assisted by Emily Asher. And now your Russia Raiders. Number 4, sophomore Kate Sherman. Number 40, sophomore Simone Putoff. And being introduced and playing in their final home game at Clare C. Nouveau Gymnasium, our senior captains, number 3, Kendall Monin. Number 12, Caitlin Monin. And number 20, Ashley Scott. Russia High School is coached by Andy German, assisted by Jamie Gilbo, Bruce Borchers, Craig Borchers, and Christy Borchers.
And thank you to public address announcer Mike Hart here on the Raiders' last home game here, senior night. This game's kind of significant too because the Raiders coach Andy Timmerman, a 2010 New Bremen grad.
Correct, Kobe, that is right. And his wife teaches at New Bremen still today, I believe. And so a little bit of history there.
As we get underway, Kaylee Friend and Kate Sherman meet center circle for our tip-off, brought to you by Cruisers Bar and Grill in Russia, Ohio, and it's controlled by the Cardinals. Friend out on the right side in the corner. Riley Trentman pulls the trigger. No good. Weak side rebound. It's going to stay with the Cardinals. The Raider fans wondering what was going on in the junior high contest. The 7th grade fell 39-33 to Anna, and the 8th grade won big by about 20. I did not get a stay for the end of that game, but they did come out victorious as we have a jump ball. Arrow favors the Raiders.
Well, like we talked, Covey, in the intro, Caitlin Monin coming off injury, still injured, but starting her last senior year, and I know the Raiders are looking to give her a look at the bucket, and there it goes. A little bit wide.
Coach Andy Timmerman wants a timeout. He's going to yank Caitlin Monin, and I think she might be done for the season. She had that partially torn ACL during the Marion Loco game, and I was talking to her the other week, and she said, I think I'm done for the season, cannot risk it. So congratulations, Caitlin Monin, on a career well done. And
coming off the court with a big smile on her face, Covey.
And that's what all high school sports is about, is her cousin, Sophie Francis, comes in and subs for her.
And a nice standing ovation for Caitlin by the Raider faithful.
Well deserved. And the Raiders fittingly retain possession. And Ella Haney going to get subbed in the lineup pretty quickly as well. It's going to come in as... See who else took a seat. Raiders work it in. Left side, Francis up over to Haney. Haney on the inside to Scott, facing up with Howe. A lot of these girls on each other's volleyball teams are both very successful. The Cardinals end up beating the Raiders in the regional finals. Haney on the inside, that bucket's good. And the Raiders start out with a 2-0 lead.
Looks like Simone Putoff got taken out of the game for a little scratch on the elbow, and the trainer's stitching her up, and she'll be back in the game shortly, I'm sure.
Rechteman, the lead scorer, averaging around 13.5 a game. Solid player on the inside for the Cardinals. Raiders get a tip by Sherman, goes right into the Raider bench. You think if you're Coach Timmerman, you know you're a New Bremen grad, you think this game adds a little incentive, even though you got the draw and it's not a league game. It just adds a little incentive to, try to get his girls to play hard today.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, Covey, incentive enough is the last time these young ladies met up on the hardwood, it was in the volleyball regional finals down at Northmont High School with New Bremen advancing to the state tournament. So, a lot of the young ladies, Rechteman and Friend and then the likes on the volleyball court. So I think the Raiders have that momentum going for them as well, and incentive to...
Chloe Bornhorst is the one who made the shot there. She's trying to go up again. Blocked, goes up again, and Bornhorst is fouled. Bornhorst, another one of those players that played on the volleyball team, was a very good server on that team that was state runner-up. Bornhorst averages around 2.5 points a game. Been in the starting lineup here the past couple of games for the Cardinals, and she cans the first one, and New Bremen has their first lead of the day at 3-2. And Bornhorst, perfect 2 for 2. Cardinals doubling up the Raiders 4-2. Cardinals come out with three-quarter court pressure. Raiders going to be patient against it. Friend with great pressure. Francis cuts the middle to Haney, and she walked. Great pressure there by the Crimson and Gold there to cause the travel. Now going to swing it up over to the left side, facing fellow senior Kendall Monin. Goes in the corner, Trentman trapped. Goes on the inside, Rechteman. Rechteman ball tipped. Back over to Rechteman. Slips it to the inside. Chloe Bornhorst with 6 points. He said she only averages 2.5, but she has 6 points in just barely over 2 minutes of a ball game. And the Raiders going to turn it over. Cardinal pressure effective early. 6-2 New Bremen. All points for the Cardinals coming from Chloe Bornhorst. Nice start from her. Pleasant surprise for 9th year head coach Chris Burden. Howell loses track of it, regains it, drives it to the corner, ball tipped, swatted away, taken away by the Raiders. Monin straddles the right side, and they're going to turn it right back over. Six to 2 Cardinals. Friend will walk it up the floor. Goes over to Howe near the Raider bench. Howe's got Monin on her. Monin all over Howe. Goes over to Rectum, and it's taken away Francis. Francis up over to Haney. Raiders go on the inside. Sherman against Rectoman, and Rectoman commits the foul. First team foul for the Cardinals. Sherman went to the line. She had 2 points in that Hawkins win for the Raider lead scorer. And Sherman comes through and makes the first one. As we have a couple substitutions, Aaliyah Truman, Madison Cordonier in for the Cardinals. Reese Gubo and CC Borchers, a pair of sophomores in for the young Raiders squad. Pretty balanced squad of juniors and seniors here for the Cardinals. Sherman 2 of 2 from the line.
Yeah, looking at the season-long stats, Kobe, we've got about 6 girls averaging between 4 and 8 points. Nobody averaging in double figures, but a well-balanced scoring attack by the Raiders. And as I've said before, we've got 6 or 7 girls out there that any given night could light it up for about 12 or 14 points. So we'll see who shows up tonight for the Lady Raiders.
4:34 remaining. 6-4 Cardinals here early in the first quarter. Howell, the inbounder, trying to look like she's looking at Cordonier. Back give and go. Rectum and back to Howell from the corner. No good. Raiders work it up. It's Reese Gubo in transition. She stops, pops, fires. No good. Pulled down by Friend. You don't want to let Friend get out in transition. If you're the Raiders, she can really work it up the floor fast. Phenomenal player. Should be all MAC. Cordonier back over to Friend. She scoots around on the inside, dishes it out to Howell for the jump shot. No good. Gubo going to walk it up. Gets the instructions from 5th year headman Andy Timmerman. Gubo rips through up over to Haney, and there's going to be a foul on Katie Howe.
Kobe, you talk about junior forward Kaylee Friend, a nice athlete all the way around. Didn't talk about that volleyball regional final last year against the Cardinals and the Raiders. She had 15 kills to lead the Cardinals in a game high there, and that young lady has some very good ups to her. She a very quick jumper and nice all-around athlete.
You know, I did 9 New Bremen volleyball games. I've done 6 New Bremen basketball games this year for girls. So
you might be moving to New Bremen.
It's been fun watching Kaylee Friend. She's a fun athlete to watch. She's a great player. Put off, swatted on the inside by Madison Cordonier, but the Raiders take it right back. They got numbers. Borchers stops, pops in the lane, and we're tied at 6 apiece on the jumper by CC Borchers. Raiders going to come out in the zone trap. Truman takes it to the left side, steps through, and there's going to be a foul before the steal. Good call there by our sideline official on the reach. That foul is going to be on Simone, put off the sophomore. Madison Cordonier in the lineup. She's committed to go play at Findlay University. She's got some Rushi ties as well through her family.
Yeah, through the Cordonier family, which a lot of good basketball history that we've seen over the years. Another foul on the Raiders.
Through the contact, Ellie Rectorman, the lead scorer, gets on the board.
And that'll be Simone Putoff second. And out of the game she comes into the game is Kate Sherman.
Kendall Monin back in the lineup as well for Sophie Francis. The Cardinals reclaim the lead at 8-6, 3:18 remaining in the first quarter. That's what we said with the Raiders too. We want to get off to a fast start. These past couple games, they've been accustomed to getting off to slow starts. As Rectorman, 75% free throw shooter, converts the old-fashioned three-point play, and the Cardinals back right into their pressure that was giving the Raider fits early on in the game. Monin going to swing it over to Gubo in the corner. She pops the three. It's short. Pulled down by Rechteman. Cardinals streaking up ahead. It's Bren. She's all alone, and she converts. Kaylee Friend enters the box score. Another steal. Cardinals up ahead. Friend can't get the layup to fall. Raiders catch a break there. Raiders working up over to the left side. It's Monin. Swings it over to Sherman. Sherman back over to Gubo. Gubo on the inside. Gives it up to Haney. Haney over to Borchers. Throws it back out. We're going on the lob play on the inside. Kate Sherman. She's got that one to fall. Kate Sherman with 4 points.
Nice entry pass by Ella Holscher. Just the right arch and trajectory. Kate to go up and get it and put it in.
Sherman with 4 points. Said she struggled shooting from the field in that Botkins game. She gets the tip. Very active first quarter for the sophomore. Riley Trentman, Chloe Bornhorst back in lineup. Bornhorst really got this Cardinal offense jumpstart at 6 points in the ball game right now. Kind of well exceeding her season average of 2.5. So nice first quarter for the junior. Very junior laden team with a couple seniors as well. So a very pretty young Cardinal squad. That pass is picked off by Sherman. Raiders work it up quickly. It's Borchers. She goes through. Gets the ball tipped by Cardonier. Nice effort by the future Oiler. That's one thing you can say about Madison Cardonier. She's very scrappy in a lot of the games I've watched. She wants that ball. She has a nose for it.
She's got her knee pads on, Kobe, so looks like she's ready to go.
Nice backdoor play, but great play on the other end by Cardonier. Again, just had the nose for the ball, and that happens. Truman in transition, the three, no good. And a nice play by Aaliyah Truman, keep it alive. Cardonier swings it over to Friend. Inside Bornhorst, she's going to match up with Sherman. Sherman and Bornhorst is doing battle down there. Goes out to Friend, swings it over to Trentman. And that's going to be a hand check foul on Kendall Monin.
Could be a lot of physical banging going on down there between Bornhorst and Sherman. Kate's got 1 foul and Simone Putoff's on the bench with 2, so we can ill afford to have Kate pick up her second.
And Cardonier fouled in the corner. Got a hand on Madison Cardonier, the 5th Raider team foul with 1:19 remaining. What seems like it's been a long first quarter. And there's still 1:19 remaining as Friend will take it out right in front of the Raiders swing section. Goes out up over to Truman, back out to Friend. Inside, picked off, Kate Sherman again. Ball worked over to Monin, inside to Borchers. Borchers rips through. Haney just saves it before he gets to half-court pressured by Cardonier. They're going to call a hand check foul on Cardonier.
Seems like the last couple steals by Kate Sherman, they've thrown it right to her.
She stepped through, and it seems like there's just a little miscommunication. And Ellie Rechteman on the bench right now. And for the Cardinals, taking a breather, their lead scorer, main post player. Watch her and Sherman battle. It's going to be a fun matchup to watch the rest of this ball game. Monin, right wing, drives down the inside. The senior swing pass to Cece Borchers, no good. Again on the senior night here for the Raiders. These guys were supposed to play early in the season, but due to the deep tournament runs by both teams, they rescheduled for this time. Cardonier fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2.
And there you have it, Kobe. That's Kate Sherman with her second. So Coach Timmerman scratches his head, and Ashley Scott's going to come in and replace her. So he's got his 2 starting forwards on the bench with 2 fouls apiece.
Cardonier dips and fires and hits it. 12-8 Cardinals.
They might sit there for a little bit, but Coach Timmerman knows they need to get that height back in the game. So we'll see what his strategy looks like.
Cardonier goes 2-2. She has her first 2 points of the game. And the Cardinals go right back into that 3/4 court trap. Borchers up ahead to Monin, and Kendall Monin with the turnover. The Cardinals with a chance to capitalize off it to end the quarter. Their arrow favors them in the event of a tie-up. So they can get a bucket, be a big end of the first quarter for the Crimson and Gold. Cardania, right wing, on fellow senior Ashley Scott. Friend on the inside, no good. Haney gets the rebound. Raiders got to work it up quick. It's Gubo mid-court. Gubo cross-court pass to Kendall Monin. Got to get rid of it. And that's going to end the quarter here. 13-8 our score. New Bremen Cardinals ahead of the Raiders. We'll be back here next on Fish Report.
Get in the game. Get in the game. What are they doing on UCLA? Setting A, cross screen, right? They're playing great. Just jump to it. That's where they're going. Offensively, when they are in there 1-2-2, move the ball and cut hard. Like right away, we get here and we stand with it. If you're going to go, take a dribble here and then get the ball in first. You can't just get it and then take it all the way up here. They just have to rotate. Yes, they're going to be here, and taking everything away. I get it, I'm just on the offense. And then you got 5 who's going to pressure the crap out of you. So dribble the couple and then get it in first, look to attack. If we have something, if not, crash forward and make a hard pass and then attack it. Get the ball moving and cut. It's not going to happen after one pass.
And welcome back here to Claire C. Nouveau Gymnasium for the start of the second quarter between the New Bremen Cardinals and the Russia Raiders. The Cardinals up ahead of the Raiders 13-8. Let's take a look at the box score after the first quarter. Ellie Rechterman had 3. Kaylee Friend with 2. Madison Cardania with 2. And leading the Cardinal attack was Chloe Bornhorst with the first 6 points that the Cardinals put up on the board. For the Raiders, they were letting Kate Sherman with 4 points. Ella Haney had 2 and Cece Borchers with 2. Welcome back here to action here. Brandon Coverman along with Heavy D for this senior night and regular season finale for the Raiders. New Bremen will close out their regular season against Botkins on Tuesday on a game you New Bremen fans can catch on pay-per-view on NK Telco Sports. Greg Burning will be on the call for that game. Ball works on the inside. It's Haney. Haney out to Gubo. She pulls the trigger and bullseye for Reese Gubo. And the sophomore enters the box score.
And Covey, between quarters there, I know we had our gym mic on, and you could probably hear Coach Timmerman giving the girls an earful about managing the ball and controlling it and being patient. And you know, New Bremen's got that full court trapping press on, and he instructed his Raiders to be patient with it and not force things.
Howell, tough shot, no good. Pulled down by Borchers. Gubo takes it up across the timeline. Goes up over to Borchers. Borchers looking to weigh her options on the inside. Right wing drives to the short corner. Up against a couple Cardinal defenders, but couldn't quite get it to fall. Good defense by Ellie Rechterman. Cardanier streaks up to the left wing. Getting harassed there by Scott. Gives up over to a fellow senior Howell. And like 3 seniors for the Raiders, 3 seniors for the Cardinals as well. And Cardanier, Howell, and Rechterman. And Scott gets the steal up against Cardanier, and she's fouled on the arm.
Nice hustle play by Ashley Scott with Cardanier assuming it was going to be an over and back call. She let up on the ball, and Ashley Scott streaked in, got it, and went the remaining half court. Got fouled on the shot.
Scott to the line with a chance if she can knock both of them down to tie it up. Scott dips the knees, fires, and hits the first one. Again, Ashley Scott, 4 years on varsity for the Raiders in her last game today. She's definitely made a mark, whether she's been on the hardwood for the basketball team or on the volleyball court, again, leading the Raiders all-time in kills. So definitely the Russia fans will miss seeing her play for their team as we're knotted up at 13. 5-0 Raider run to start the quarter. And again, this game's living up to the billing early on. Truman goes over to her left, up over to Friend on the right wing. Left wing, excuse me. Howe swings it in the corner to Truman. Truman up over to Howe in the corner to Friend. They look to get it into Bornhorst. Got a nice first quarter. Howe and Borchers doing battle on the inside. They go over to Truman, swings it on the inside to Bornhorst. Jump shot, Friend, no good. Cardinals get the offensive rebound. Friend swings it over to Truman. Truman to the senior Rechterman. Back out to the junior Truman. 13-13 here early on in the second quarter in this Max Shelby County battle. Friend on the high post up over to Rechterman. Cross-court pass to Truman. Long possession here for the Crimson and Gold. And Simone Putoff going to have her third foul there. A displacement foul there. Knocked over Friend, and Friend will go to the line. Friend coming in about a 57% free throw shooter on the year. Kate Sherman going to have to come back in the lineup again. She has 2 fouls as well.
That's correct, Covey. So Coach Timmerman in a tough spot here. You might have to look to go deeper into the bench as we move through the second quarter.
1-1 coming up here for Friend. She's got the chance to give her Cardinals the lead back. And she cans it. Kaylee Friend with her 3rd point of the game. Friend dips the knees, fires, and no good. Sherman hustles and gets it. And the Cardinals reclaim the lead by 1. Scott in transition 3, bullseye. Ashley Scott, the senior, with her 5th point of the ball game.
Kobe, she's been doing that 4 years for the Lady Raiders. Just a nice shot from behind the arc, and once again, puts one in.
Bornhorst foul line extended, looking to get over to Rectorman. Raiders got Haney on Rectorman. They not want Sherman to pick up a 3rd foul. Cutting Friend. Oh, nice move on the inside. Clean up Bornhorst. Clean up again. Just too hard. Tough break there for Chloe Bornhorst, who's played a nice game early on. Francis swings it over to Scott, and she loses it. That's going to be a Raider turnover. And Gubo will come in for the senior Scott as she'll take a breather. 16-14 Raiders here. And again, I said I've watched both of these teams a lot, so I knew this was going to be a good matchup coming in. They both matched up pretty well with each other. And that's going to be a carry on Aaliyah Truman. And the Cardinals in their sectional, they got the 5th seed. They're going to play Waynesfield Goshen in their first round of game that I'll be calling for NK Telco Sports. The Raiders going to be starting this Thursday against Riverside. On a game you can catch on scoresbroadcast.com or on TM at 105.5 TM FM. Flare screen up there for Gubo. She's open, pops the trigger off the mark. Trentman on the right side through Rectorman's hands. I don't think she was quite ready for it. Gubo slowly walking it up over the timeline. She'll be met by Truman. Goes over to the left wing, up over to Monin. Monin over to Sherman, foul line extended. She's getting a little bit of space there. Gubo gets that ball tipped. Nice play by Aaliyah Truman. The scrappy guard. Up over to Trentman in transition. No good. (16-14) our score here. It was 13-8 after the end of the first quarter. Cardinals yet to manage a field goal in the second quarter. Sherman going to take the wide open shot, and she cans it. Kate Sherman with a deep 2 there.
She doesn't take many of those, Covey, but in the Jackson game, she hit 3 of them from outside of 15 foot.
Borchers gets the tip there. It's going to stay with the Cardinals. Couple substitution for the Raiders. Ashley Scott back in the lineup as Ella Haney, the junior, is going to take a breather. And we have a timeout. It's by Coach Chris Burden. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here next on Fish Report. Welcome back here to Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. The Russia Raiders lead the New Bremen Cardinals 18-14. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors here tonight. Versailles Rehabilitation Center, M&A Muffler and Tire, Busher's Market, Cruiser's Bar and Grill, Jeremy Cardonier Insurance, Silver Cross, Chiltex, Drew Cloud at Allstate Insurance, Geyer's Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Sealos Country Store, The Jewelry Barn, Made in the Shade Tent Rental, and Versailles Savings and Loan. Thank you to those fine sponsors here for bringing high school basketball all season to you for free here on your Raiders Sports Network here on Fish Report. The guys will play tonight against Ansonia. Well, the special privilege of having Josh Overholzer from WTGR on the call for that game on our Fish Report channel. Trentman wide open in the corner. Couldn't quite get the shot off to Bornhorst. Bornhorst leading the Cardinal attack with 6. Out over to Trentman. She'll pull the trigger. Bullseye. Riley Trentman. And she's in the box score now. Cardinals cut it within 1. Scott wide open will pop it from the other wing, and she answers right back. Ashley Scott with 8 points and 2 wide open threes from each the right and left wing.
Kobe, she's feeling it right now. She knows this is her last game in the Clare C, and hitting them from long range.
Hal on the exchange to Friend up over to Trentman, and so we're going to have a kick ball here. 21-17 our score here. Raiders took the JV contest 26-25 in a 2-quarter shortened game. Maya Monin hit a 3-pointer with about 7 seconds left to give the Raiders a 1-point victory in the 2-quarter shortened game. Friend picks up her dribble on the exchange to Hal. Hal back up over to Trentman. Trentman over to Friend. Back over wide open to Hal. She'll pull the trigger. No good. Rebound comes down to Borchers. She weaves in and out. Jump stop inside. Feeds Haney. That was a good sequence of events there for the Raiders. And Ella Haney with 4 points now. Raiders up their largest of the day, 23-17.
Kobe, I like when the ball gets into Ella Haney's hands. She's shooting 47% from the field this season.
Oh, it's tipped out by Gubo. I think one thing the Raiders have done better today is they haven't turned the ball over. And you think if you're a Raider fan on the defensive end, when New Bremen got in that pressure, they were struggling, but if you aren't hitting those shots, it's harder to set up that pressure. So if you play good defense, it's going to help minimize those turnovers. And I think that's always a key when you play a team like Fort Laramie as well, who applies that really good pressure. Rechterman trying to lean into contact, makes a nice move, and L.A. Rechterman, oh so smooth. And now with her 5 points on the night. Francis trying to get some contact, layup no good under the basket. Shot fake Kendall Monin on the inside, and she was fouled on the floor by Katie Howe. It's going to be it says the 3rd foul on Howe. And now they correct it to 2. Raiders work out of the inbounds play. They swing it over to Scott. Hot hand, and that continues. Ashley Scott catching fire for the Raiders. And that's going to be a foul down the floor on Kendall Monin to take a little bit of the air out of the balloon for the Raiders. It'll be a 1 and bonus here for Hal. And Hal averages around 3.5 points a game. She's really good at really setting the pace for the Cardinals with the ball handling in the offense. Madison Cardonier back into the lineup. And there's going to be a lane violation there. It's not going to matter. Hal hits it, and she's in the box score. Ashley Scott, 11 points in this first half, 3 threes. And you know what, Heavy? I remember a game she had against Botkins her freshman year where she just lit it up from the outside, and that put everyone on notice that Ashley Scott is a very good shooter.
Yeah, she's got a really nice form to her, Kobe. Nice release, nice ball rotation. Here she goes again.
And she's got it again! Ashley Scott, hot hand. She is on fire from the outside. 14 points. Get it in her hands. 4 threes in the first half for Scott. Cardonier looking to pull the quick trigger. Cross-court pass to nobody. Miscommunication there on the Cardinals' end. And I tell you what, Heavy, this is one of the Raiders' better offensive halves of the season.
Yeah, Ashley Scott on the season, Covey, hitting 21% from three-point range. Today, she's, what, 4 for 5?
Yep, that sounds about right. Scott up ahead. She'll be unselfish. Give it up to Borchers, no good. Haney, weak side rebound. Battling, Haney goes up again, wide off the mark. Friend gets it. Run out, Cardonier all alone. Misses the layup.
Missed the layup on the cherry pick.
And that'll take us to our halftime break. The Russia Raiders lead the New Bremen Cardinals 29-21. We'll come back here in about 8 or 7 minutes to give you the first half recap here on Fish Report. And welcome back here to the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium, where the Russia Raiders lead the New Bremen Cardinals 29-21. Let's take some of the recap around the area. Fort Laramie taking on Versailles at home today at the Redskin Gymnasium. Their senior night today. One of their last games of the regular season before they hit the tournament. You can catch that game on Scores Broadcaster 105.5 TAM FM. The Fairlawn Jets taking on Riverside today, who the Lady Raiders will take on Thursday. And Botkins taking on Allen East, just to highlight a couple of the games in the Shelby County Athletic League. In that Botkins team will take on this New Bremen team Tuesday on a game you can catch on NK Toko Sports on pay-per-view. Let's take a look at the first half stats. First for the Cardinals, Katie Howe with 2, Ellie Rechteman with 5, Kaylee Friend with 3, Madison Cordonier with 2, Wiley Trentman with 3, and Chloe Bornhorst, the lead scorer, with 6. Now on the side of the Raiders, Kate Sherman has 6, 4 from Ella Haney, 2 from CC Borchers, 3 from Reese Gubo, and a game-high whopping 14 points on 4 threes from no other than the senior Ashley Scott.
Yeah, Ashley Scott averaging 6 points per game on the season, averaging hovering around 30%, 20% from the three-point mark. But Kobe today, she's 4 for 5, hitting 80%, and she's hitting the center of the rim on all those shots. They're absolute no-doubters. Ashley also leading the team in assists with about 3 per game. And looking at her free throw percentage for the senior, Ashley's coming in right around 70%. So rounding out a nice career for the Raiders and making the most of it today. We talked about at any given time, any of these Lady Raiders could step up and put double digits on the scoreboard, and she's done it in the first half.
Yeah, it's been I remember that game where she was a freshman. She's she's going to be a 4-year letter winner for the Raiders. Where that game where she came up her freshman year and she's playing against Botkins and she hit 4 threes in that ball game. I remember calling that game in this gymnasium and just seeing the shooting ability that she had, and she's really kept it together even to her last game here at the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium. So an impressive first half for the Raiders offensively, 29 points, 21 in that second quarter. The Cardinals led 13-8 that second quarter. The Raiders outscored the Cardinals 21-8 in that second quarter. So one of the better offensive halves for the Raiders. The Cardinals are led by Chloe Bonus, who had 6 points there early, a pleasant surprise for Cardinal fans. She came out and had a nice start. Kaylee Friend with 3, Ellie Rechteman with 5. They both average in double figures. Friend at around 12 points a game, Rechteman about 13.5. Madison Cordonier has 2, and she averages around 11 points a game as well. So New Bremen trailing by 8, trying to get back in this ball game as the Raiders will start with the possession. Close to both starters for the team except Sophie Francis who started for Caitlin Monin. That feel-good story to begin the game for the Raiders. Francis on the inside, swings it around, and fouled by Trentman on the arm after the shot.
Cardinals coach Burden wanting a little pushing off call on the Raiders. Not what the guys in stripes saw.
You know what, working at NK Telco, you talk to a lot of different coaches, and Coach Burden's one I talk to often and get a lot of info from him, and he's one of the more pleasant coaches to work with in the area. I always love contacting him. He's great and gives good information about his team and is very straightforward. So he's in his 9th season here at New Bremen. Francis won't go away empty-handed. She'll go 1 of 2 from the foul line with her first points of the game after having that pleasant game against Botkins with 8 points as our player of the game. Raiders going to swing around on a trap. Trentman in the middle, and there's going to be a jump ball. Coach Burden wanting a hold.
Scrappy Kendall Mon slid in there and double-teamed the Cardinal by half court, had her pinned in, and she went for the ball and snatched her away for the jump ball.
Cardinals work it into Howe. Howe's got the count on. Will dribble it right back over to left. Goes over to Friend on the left wing. Trentman on the inside, tries to get to Bornhorst. Sherman gets a tip on it. Again, Sherman playing with 2 fouls here. Leah Truman right in the ball game will come in for fellow junior Riley Trentman. And I'd like to thank any of you guys from New Bremen that are joining us here for today's game as Sophie Francis gets a steal. She goes down to the left side and gets the layup. 32-21, the Raiders with their largest lead of the ball game. Works it up over to Truman on the left side. Truman out near the Raider logo. Gets a screen from Rechteman. Goes over to Howe to a flashing Rechteman. Nice move on the inside. Too much. I say Ellie Rechteman reminds me on the block. She reminds me of a former Raider, Larissa Poling, kind of how she kind of operates on that block. Kate Sherman wide open, deep 2, bullseye. Kate Sherman in that basket is just wide open for the Raiders today. 8 for Kate. 34-21. Francis gets a tip on the ball. It's going to stay with the crimson and gold. The Raider offense firing on all cylinders here through the first about 17 plus minutes.
Covey, out of all the first halves I've watched this season, that was probably the best first half for Coach Timmerman's squad all season. On the back of Ashley Scott's 4 3-pointers, but the Raiders played good, hard defense. Got a lot of steals, and just really playing hard. Scoring 29 points in the first half, definitely their high. 21 points, I think, in the second quarter, definitely their high for the season.
Coach Burton wants a timeout. We'll take it with them. We'll be back here in 30 seconds on Fish Report. And welcome back here to the Claire C. Naveau Gymnasium here for this varsity girls basketball contest, the regular season finale and senior night for the Russia Raiders. They lead the New Bremen Cardinals 34-21. Brandon Coverman here along with my sidekick Heavy D here tonight. And Heavy, the Raiders really shooting one of their best games of the season shooting wise.
Yeah, Raiders throughout the season kind of hot or cold, and a couple girls hovering around 50%. But again, it's nice to see they're on the mark today. I bet they're hitting about 50% from the field today into the third quarter.
Francis fouled on the sideline. Coach Burton wanted to walk. He had a pretty good case there. Monin probably slid the pivot foot there before she stepped through on the pass.
I know a lot of teams like to pack it in on Haney and Sherman and keep them out of the offense, but it's when you open it up from the outside and start hitting the long-range bombs that makes the inside a lot easier as well.
Sherman off-balance shot. Got a nice assist from the backboard there, and Kate Sherman joins Ashley Scott in double figures.
That was about an 8-foot finger roll, Kobe.
36-21 Raiders, 5:44 remaining. Howell on the right side, goes up over to Rechteman on the post. They try to go high-low. It's another Cardinal turnover. Francis up ahead. It's stolen and taken away by Truman. She straddles the left side. It's taken back right away by Francis. Monin steps through to Sherman, and that's going to be a foul on Truman. It looked like she clipped Kate Sherman there. Raiders will take it out right in front of their own bench. CC Borcher's back in the lineup, as well as Ruth Scubo, 2 sophomore guards. And the Raiders have been tinkering with their lineup kind of a lot here and trying to find the right field before they start tournament play here against the Riverside Pirates. Scubo gets a screen at half court, goes back over to the right, to the left, goes over to Haney. Haney swings over to Scott. Scott, with that ball, got tipped there by Kaylee Friend. And that's going to be a foul in the backcourt on Haney. We talked about Kaylee Friend's athleticism. Nice job getting a block there. Madison Cordonier and Simone Putoff in for their respective teams.
Simone Putoff sitting out most of the second quarter with 3 fouls, and it's good to have her back in the game.
To keep that physicality for the Raider defense, which has been very good in the half court here. Cordonier, quick trigger, no good. Borchers with the rebound. Goes up over to Putoff, cross-court pass to Scott, swatted away again by Kaylee Friend. Friend with 2 nice athletic plays to swat Scott each time. Again, what a player she is, and she's a joy to watch. Goes inside to Rectorman, it's tipped out by Sherman.
I think Kaylee Friend only comes in at about 5'7", Cody, but she plays like she's 6 foot.
Oh man, she really makes up for it. What she doesn't have in size, she makes up for it in athleticism and her vertical. She cuts on the inside. Speaking of Friend, no good. Gubo works up quickly in the forecourt. Picks up her dribble at the top of the key. Entrance pass to Simone Putoff. Jump shot short. Tipped by Putoff, but she walked. She fell down. It's going to be a Raider turnover.
Yeah, I think Coach Burden is about one whisper away from getting a recommendation from the men in stripes, Kobe. He's in their ear right now.
Howe works it up slowly. Working on Francis. She takes it to nearly the sideline. Howe weaving in and out. Pressured by Francis. Gives up to Friend. Friend going to be fouled away from the basket by Kate Sherman. Not one of the brighter fouls you could have gave if you're the Raiders. Kind of away from the ball. And immediately, Coach Timmerman makes the smart move and exchanges Sherman for Haney so that Sherman doesn't pick up her 4th foul in the 3rd quarter. 36-21 our score as we're halfway through the 3rd stanza. Truman up over on the left side to Rectorman. Handoff exchange to Cordonier. She dribbles over to the right wing, over to Friend, cutting in the short corner. Up over to Truman for 3, off the mark. Borchers in the backcourt. Getting pressured by Truman. Gives it up over to Sophie Francis. Francis swings it over to Gubo. Gubo over to Putoff. Putoff shot fakes against Cordonier. Goes up over to Haney. Haney on the inside Putoff. Crash good. They give it out to Haney. Haney on the exchange. Gubo from the corner. And that's off the mark. Friend gets it. This is where she's at her best. In transition. She works up and is fouled. And that's something the Raiders have done a pretty good job is not letting Kaylee Friend get those runouts. But once she gets going, man, she's hard to catch.
Coach Timmerman asking for the Euro step +1 travel call on the layup, and he didn't get it. She sinks her first.
4th point on the day for Friend. And it looks like Coach Andy Timmerman going to want a timeout. We'll take it with them. 36-22 Raiders over the Cardinals. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on Fish Report. And welcome back here to Fish Report. 36-22 with 3:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Raiders up over the Cardinals. Again, we'd like to thank all you guys that have tuned in over the course of the year, and thank you to all the volunteers that have helped us get these games going so we can bring you Raider basketball, both guys, girls, and everything in between, you know, with the junior high and freshmen and all that. And to thank all our guys that have helped out with Aaron Slickmanen and Will Borchers and Quinn Hoying and me and you and Craig Fissinger, you know, the man that runs the operation here, and Ken Francis and TK. There's a lot of work that's gone into this, so we're happy in this tough times to bring you high school basketball.
Craig's got quite a payroll there, Kobe, doesn't he?
He does. It's pretty good. And I've enjoyed every bit of it. Friend converts, goes 2 for 2 from the line.
Coach Timmerman told his Lady Raiders in the timeout And they're getting a lot of nice looks from behind the arc, but with a missed three-pointer also comes a long rebound, and he's warning against getting somebody back on defense. And he told his ladies it doesn't matter who shoots it, we need somebody back on defense when that shot goes up.
Cardonier gets the steal, try to get it up ahead to Friend. Cardinals trying to seize a little momentum. They're going to come out in a zone of their own. Raiders work it over to Borchers, over to Francis. In the corner to Haney. Haney over to Francis. Francis is going to swing it over until it's picked off. That's up ahead, Friend. She's out ahead of the pack. And she puts it in. Kaylee Friend starting to catch a little fire here. 36-25 Raiders. Francis got to get rid of it up over to Gubo. It's tipped out of bounds. Cardinals starting to amp up that pressure that was present in the first quarter that the Raiders had trouble getting going a little bit with. Cardinals led 13-8 at the end of the first quarter. Coach Timmerman telling his girls to be patient. Gubo going to hold the ball, not dribble. Friend's going to get over to get the count on. And that ball's picked off. It's Cardonier. Cardonier in the forecourt up over to Friend. Friend loses it. Battle on the floor. Jump ball. Arrow favors the Raiders. A couple looks in transition that could have got the Cardinals going, but they haven't been able to convert in transition.
Quick-handed Kaylee Friend getting a lot of tips and causing a lot of trouble for the Raider guards here before they can start their offense.
He's very good at getting steals, very active. Raiders just going to hold it. Scott going to try to drain some clock here. Friend brings the pressure, goes over to Trentman. Swings it over to Sophie Francis. Francis tries to get through Friend there, over to Scott. Scott in the corner to Haney. Raiders just waiting for a good look here, and he's fouled by Kaylee Friend on the body.
It'll be her first, Covey. Team's fourth.
Raiders trying to close out the regular season on a positive note here with what will be a second win over a quality team in 2 days. The Cardinals coming off a loss Thursday to Marion. They picked up a quality win Tuesday against Spencerville. Shot in the corner, no good. Put off. She gets her own rebound. She's fouled by Trentman. It's going to be the fifth team foul on the Cardinals with a minute and change going. Francis inbound. Gives it in, put off, open under the basket, and Simone Putoff enters the box score in the third quarter. 38-26 Raiders. Friend cross-court pass up over to Cardonier. Cardonier gets the ball tipped and taken away by Borchers. And the Raiders work it up ahead. Put off, cross-court pass tipped by Cardonier, and it's tipped off of Scott. Go the way of the Crimson and Gold. Sherman back in. Howe going to cross back over to her left. Goes up over to Rectorman. Rectorman over to Friend. On the roll to Rectorman, and that is where she's at her best. Right there, Ellie Rectorman, an athletic, smooth, and silky post player. 7 points for her. Cardinals back within 11. Might have had a mishap on our scoreboard there. Raiders going to be patient against the Cardinals' zone pressure. Francis steps through to Borchers. Going to play a little pitch and catch with each other. Francis swings through, steps through to Borchers, under 30 seconds remaining. Cross-court pass to Haney, off the iron, no good. Tough break for the Raiders. Howe darts up on the right side. She goes in the middle of the lane. Cardonier, quick trigger three, no good. Scott pulls it down. It's tipped out by Friend. 10 seconds remain for the Raiders. This will be an important possession for the Raiders. Cardinals get the ball to start the fourth quarter, so the last thing you want is a turnover here. They'll work it into Francis. She'll get trapped by the pair of Trentman and Friend. Borchers from behind, going to take the open shot, and that's exactly where she hit the game winner from Thursday night, and that's going to end the third quarter. Rushi up ahead of New Bremen, 40-27. We'll come back with the final 8 minutes here next on Fish Report.
Especially if the first player gets out, throw it out to her, let her drop up and go get it and finish it. Simone, yes. You'll be defensively. What's that? This year, look to push again. Here we go.
Fourth quarter of action here at the Claire C. Nouveau Gymnasium, 40-27 Raiders here, Heavy.
Yeah, Coach Timmerman, between quarters there, advised his Lady Raiders to continue to attack the basket with all the ball pressure. Look for the posts, throw it up, and let them get it, and finish at the hoop.
The Raiders with having a really nice game offensively. They win that quarter by a couple points. They scored 11 points that quarter compared to the Cardinals' 6. Cardonier up on the right wing, held without a field goal today. Credit the Raider defense holding the future Finley Oiler without a basket. She has 2 free throws for only points so far.
The Raiders extending that 8-point halftime lead to 13 to start the fourth.
And again, this is a Cardinal team that can get hot from the outside, so the Raiders still got to play tough here in the fourth quarter. Friend on the inside gets fouled and will go to the line. Coach Timmerman trying to plead his case, saying she was straight up, but to no avail there for him. That's going to be on Kendall Monin, her third. Friend of the line again. Friend now the lead scorer, tied with Ellie Rechterman with 7. And she can't quite get that first one to fall. Be interested to see how the Cardinals change up pressure here in the fourth quarter with the Raiders leading by 13. Friend cashes in on the second one. She's now got 8. They come out in that three-quarter court pressure that we saw early in the ball game. Scott goes up over to Sherman. Sherman inside to Monin. Monin through a couple New Bremen hands, no good. Francis goes up and is hacked on the arm. Francis to the line with 3 points on the night. And she can't connect on the first one. And the Raiders senior night here. They're trying to send their 3 seniors out with a victory. And Francis cashes in on the second one. She's got 4 on the night.
Kobe, we talk about free throws late in the game and against Botkins in a close 1-2-point contest in the fourth quarter. Raiders then 0 for 3 with the 1 in bonus from the line in the final 2 minutes of the game, but still eked out that victory by 2.
Nice play by Kate Sherman to get the steal and throw it off Truman, keep it in bounds. Raiders got a chance to milk more clock and try to add to the lead. Raiders patient. Francis on the sideline, straddles it, goes to the baseline, swings it over to Scott, and Scott gets that to fall. She finally scores in the second half, now with a game-high 16 points.
A little disappointing for her. It was only a 2-pointer, though, Kobe.
I know her grandparents are in Florida right now and probably listening to this ball game. And her granddaughter having a special game today, 16 points.
Without a doubt.
That's a foul away from the basket. 4 fouls for Kendall Mon, and she'll take a seat. Cece Borchers comes back into the lineup. And it's a timeout Gives us a chance to thank some of our sponsors here. There, Versailles Rehab, M&A, Busher's Market, Cruisers Bar and Grill, Jeremy Cardonier Insurance, Silvercross, Chiltex, Drew Cloud at Allstate Insurance, Geyers, Chrysler Dodge Jeep, Siegel's Country Store, Jewelry Barn, Made in the Shade, and Versailles Savings and Loan. And we thank those sponsors for all season bringing us high school and junior high action here on Fish Report. And all the volunteer work again. We'd like to thank the Russia administration for giving us a chance to announce these games this year and give them to you guys for free during this COVID time. Truman going to take it out right in front of her own bench. Goes in on the left wing over to Cardonier. Finds a cutting friend on the inside. Slips through her hand. She spins back around. No good. Rectorman up again. And that power move effective there for Ellie Rectorman. 9 points on the afternoon for her. 43-30. Major's going to try to work through the offense. High-low to put off from behind. No good. Good defense by Cardonier in the wings. Truman, left wing. It's on the inside. Goes through the hands of Rectorman. Coach Timmerman calling out the instructions, calling out a play for the squad. Francis up over to Putoff. Putoff fakes the exchange over to Scott. She's wide open, takes the shot. And would you figure that? Ashley Scott wide open. The basket is as big as the ocean for her today.
And her smile just as big, Kobe.
18 points for Scott. What a way for her to go out in her last game. Ball goes to Rectorman on the inside. Cross-court pass to Truman. Truman in the short corner steps through to Friend. Friend doesn't take too many threes, and she takes that one. It's off the mark. Francis going to slowly trot it up the floor over the timeline. Goes in and out near the timeline. Left side over to Borchers. Over on the top of the key. Sherman high-low to Putoff. They see that Cardonier was hanging up there a little bit, and Putoff took advantage. Putoff with 4 points now. The Raiders, this has been, of all the games I've called, this has been one of their best played games. Truman over the right side, going to turn the ball right back over to the Raiders. And Ella Haney going to sub back in for Kate Sherman. So we've been talking about Ashley Scott a lot today. Kate Sherman has 10 points as well.
Yeah, she's the last couple games. She's typically she works around the block for her shots, and the coach has been encouraging her. You get the ball around the foul line, and if you've got a good look at it, let her rip, and let her rip. She does.
Francis crosses the timeline, getting good pressure from Trentman. Gubo. So for a put-off, she'll take the jump shot. Rattles out off the iron. Borchers with the rebound. Straddles the baseline. No good. Rectorman with the rebound. Howell will go up over to the left side on the inside to Bornhorst. Bornhorst had 6 points in that first quarter. Trentman wide open for three. Bullseye. Riley Trentman. And she has 2 threes on the ball game. 47-33 Raiders. Friend applying good pressure in the backcourt. Jump ball arrow favors the home team. Two of Coach Timmerman's seniors coming in, Kendall Mott and Ashley Scott. Again, we'd like to tell you guys tonight, for you Russia fans, as they take on Ansonia, you can listen to that game here on Fish Report. The commentary will be done by Josh Overholzer of WTGR 97.5 Tiger Country. Ball's worked into Reese Gubo. Gubo up over on the left wing. Cardinals defense retreats back. Friend applying pressure, and they're going to call a body foul on there. That's the last foul to give for the Cardinals. I know, actually, that'll be one in bonus here for Gubo. Gubo with only 3 points on the day was a three-pointer. Raiders trying to close the regular season off on a high note. Gubo cans the first one and adds to the Raider lead.
Reese Gubo hitting 85% from the line this year, Kobe. to lead the Raiders.
She has a good arch on her shot, and you know she loves to shoot that three. And she goes a perfect 2 for 2. She steps through there. 5 points for the sophomore Reese Gubo. Howe going to go to the left side in the corner. Getting pressured by Monin, and Coach Burden wanting a call there. Just on the inside, ball on the floor. And they're going to tee up Coach Chris Burden. And the Raiders are going to be shooting free throws. And it looks like Gubo will be going and shooting them. So Gubo with the chance to add to the lead. She cans the first one. I thought Coach Burden had a pretty good argument there that there should have been a foul call there.
Well, the relief valve on his pressure cooker's been boiling all day, Covey, and it finally popped.
Gubo goes 1 and 2 from the line, and the Raiders add 1 point to the lead and will get the ball back. 50-33. Ball in the backcourt. Gubo goes to the left side, up over to Scott. Scott with a game-high 18. Getting pressured by Friend. Friend gets the steal. She's up ahead of the pack. I thought she fell on the floor, but the official going to call a foul, and that's the last foul for the Raiders to give. Doesn't hurt the Raiders because Bremen not in the 1-1 yet, but they are now the rest of the ball game.
We've been talking about senior Ashley Scott quite a bit this afternoon, and let me speak a little bit about Kendall Monin, a real nice contributor to the Lady Raiders this year, averaging about 3 points a game, 2 assists, free throw percentage around 60%, comes up with a little over 2 steals a game, and a lot of the things don't show up in the stat column, and that's her. They usually put her on the quickest guard, the point guard, and she causes havoc for the other team's dribbler, and just a lot of, and when the ball's on the ground and loose, you can guarantee that Kendall Monin is going to be on the hardwood scrapping for it. So hats off to her in her senior year and what she brings to the Lady Raiders, that energy and that passion, and just nice all-around young lady.
And also Caitlin Monin, the other senior today, came in and she has a partially torn ACL. She's done for the season, but they came in and gave her one last shot at the three. She missed the attempt on the Raiders' first possession, came subbed out. Shots blocked, and Monin fouled in the backcourt. Monin will have the 1 in bonus as Madison Cardonier checks back in the lineup. So Madison going to Finley next year to play up there, also with one of Minster's premier players in Janae Hoying. That's the 2 fellow MAC players from Auglaize County will head up to play for Finley next year. Monin can't connect. Sherman with the rebound and a nice kiss off the glass for Kate Sherman. 12 points for her in the contest. Friend gives it up over to Trentman, back over to Friend. They play a little pitch and catch with each other. Trentman on the sideline, inside, ball's tipped in. It's going to be a foul on Kate Sherman, her 4th.
You also talk about senior Caitlin Monin Covey, and before she played about the first 12 games of the season, 10-12 games of the season, and she was actually leading the Raiders in 3-point percentage at 42% her senior year.
It's a pretty good clip. Rectorman connects on the front end of the 1 and 1. 52-34 now our score as the Cardinals dent the Raider lead. Rectorman in double figures now with 11. Just a tad below her, shade below her season average of 13.5. Raiders work it up quickly against the Cardinal pressure. Monin from behind, ball's tipped by Cordonier. Haney gets it over to Scott. She'll let it fly, and why not? And that's just too long there. Trentman goes out of bounds, remains with the blue and gold. Raiders working in, it's Gubo. Gubo on the inside, takes the short shot, rattles out. Rebound falls down to Scott, back over to Friend. Cordonier darts up the right side, up ahead to Trentman. Trentman stops, pops, fires, too long. It's going to stay with the crimson and gold. .52-35, our score again. The Raiders won the JV contest 26-25 in the two-quarter shortened game. Cordonier on the inside, blocked by Sherman. Coach Timmerman with this lead telling his team to only get layups here if you can. Friend applying good pressure. She gets the steal. It goes up over to Madison Cordonier. Back over to Friend in transition, and there's a messy foul there. And Friend yet again good at drawing contact and going to the line. That foul is on the senior Scott.
Both girls hit the deck hard there on that layup, and happy to see both of them popped right back up.
Friend cans the first one. Friend trying to get in double figures here, and she does. 10 points for Friend. We're going to call a foul on Friend. Ashley Scott will be the beneficiary and will go to the line for a one and bonus opportunity. She missed. If you remember that game you and I did the other night, it was 34-32, and Scott missed the front end of a 1-and-1. That gave Bockens a chance to try to tie it up before they ultimately didn't get the last shot off.
Her chance here to raise her point total to 20 if you can both of them.
I don't know quite what her career high is, but she's got to be hitting pretty close to it. She misses the first one. That's actually the Raiders in the double bonus. So Scott with another opportunity to add on. And she connects. 19 for Ashley Scott. Tripling her season average of 6. Ball work down on the baseline. Trentman goes back over to Rechterman, and a good move by the senior, Ellie Rechterman.
She's so strong under there, Kobe. Nice, strong player. Rechterman for the Bremen Cardinals raises her team's high to 13 for her on the afternoon.
We have a timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them. Be back in 30 seconds here on Fish Report. Here, welcome back to Claire C. DeVoe Gymnasium here. 53-39, Raiders up ahead over the Cardinals around the Shelby County Athletic League at halftime. The Fort Laramie Redskins lead the Versailles Tigers 40-12. Over there in Laramie. And another Shelby County Athletic League action. Botkins up 23-16 over Allen East. Some things going on there.
We'd like to thank our cameraman today, Quinn Hoyne, doing a great job bringing that video to all the Raider Cardinal fans out there in our listening area.
Yes, thank you very much to Quinn. As the Raiders are working it around, it's Reese Gubo. Gubo up on the left side, rolls back out, up over to Scott. It's taken away by who other than Kaylee Friend. She's got a one-on-one with Gubo, takes over the right side, layup no good. Cordonier fouled by Haney. So Madison Cordonier with the chance to add to her 2 points of the day. Cordonier connects on the first. Dents the Raider lead to 13.
So not only does Quinn Hoyne do a nice job on the videotape, but he also likes to play basketball and baseball. And from what I understand, he's getting to be a nice, accomplished pianist, which is a nice, well-rounded attribute for this young man.
And as we say this, Ashley Scott, Kendall Monning go off the floor for what is the last time of their Raider career. Great games. Kendall Monning did not score today, but Ashley Scott with a game-high 19, and the Cardinals apply the pressure back. Clock has not started yet. And Cardonier gets the steal. Cardinals going to benefit from that a little bit to add a couple extra seconds on here. Cardonier darts in the middle of the lane, looses the ball right back to Gubo. It's going to stay with the Raiders there as Hal and Gubo doing battle for the ball there. As we're at a minute remaining, the Raiders hold on to a 12-point lead. Francis over the timeline, gives it up over to Gubo. Gubo right wing, gives it up over to Haney. Haney swings over to just entered in Rachel Hoying, who played early in that JV contest. Ball on top of the key over to Sherman, back over to Gubo, swings over to Hoying. Hoying gets up over to Haney. That ball's taken away. Madison Cardonier. She straddles the left side. Goes up into the block. Spin move on the inside. Off the glass. No good. Haney gets it. And Cardonier hit the deck hard. And we're going to take a timeout here as we're going to attend to Madison Cardonier. We'll be back here next on Fish Report.
Looks like Madison Cadonier is up and off the floor. And that's always the worst part about the sports is when an athlete is out there playing their hardest and goes down with an injury. But looks like she might have hit her head going to the floor. And Premier Health and the athletic trainer doing the right thing and taking his time with her and letting her collect herself and sat her up. And she walked off on her own. And all the best to that young lady. Hopefully she can get back into action as New Bremen looks to close out their season next week and get ready for tournament. So it's good to see her walk off on her own accord there.
And hopefully avoid the well-known concussion there. She hit the floor hard, and that's one thing about Madison Cardonier. You know, as stated previous in the broadcast, had done a lot of New Bremen games this year, and Cardonier, player that plays hard and is very scrappy, and you know, to hit the deck hard like that, it's tough to see a player that's putting her all into it hit the floor like that. And the teammates kind of see some smiles from her New Bremen teammates, so hopefully she's okay. She's on the sideline being attended to, so hopefully she's fine. She's a senior again, so she's committed to Finley. You don't want to see a senior, don't want to see him lose any games like that. It's 29.5 seconds left, and you hope that she's okay. And 29.5 seconds remaining as we get the ball back under here. This gym is dead silent as we hear the shoes squeaking again to much everyone's delight. 26 seconds remaining. The Raiders just working up the floor. It's Gubo. Being pressured by Friend in the backcourt. Gubo crosses the timeline. Swings it over to Francis. Francis on the right wing. It's up over to Haney. Haney over to Gubo. And it looks like the Raiders are just going to drain clock, and it looks like that's just going to be the final. 53-41. The Raiders will drain out the remaining seconds. And a Raider victory, 53-41. We'll take a short break. Come back with the recap and final here next on Fish Report. And welcome back here to Claire C. Nouveau Gymnasium, where the Rushi Raiders defeat the New Bremen Cardinals 53-41. Let's take a look at the box score here tonight. For each squad for New Bremen, it was 2 points from Katie Howe, 13 from Ellie Rechterman, their team high, 12 from Kaylee Friend, 2 from Madison Cardonier, 6 from Riley Trentman, and 6 from Chloe Bornhorst. For the Raiders, they had 12 points from Kate Sherman, 4 from Sophie Francis, 4 from Simone Putoff, 4 from Ella Haney, 4 from Cece Borchers, 6 from, I'm blanking on number 14, Reese Gubo. Number 19 for game high senior Ashley Scott, who had 4 threes in that ball game. So a solid win for the Raiders, a quality win to pick up to end the regular season. As they advance into tournament play, they get 2 big wins in a span of 48 hours against New Bremen and Botkins.
Yeah, nice way to end the regular season, Covey. And again, congratulations to the seniors and what they've contributed to the program. And we look on the wall of seniors there, and Caitlin and Kendall and Ashley, their last time in Claire C. Nouveau Gymnasium. And I think the Raiders are ready for tournament, Covey.
Yeah, and it's a big win for Coach Andy Timmerman again against his alma mater. Playing against New Bremen, I'm sure that gives him a little extra incentive to want to win this game. You know, playing against his alma mater, and they pick up that win. You know, 53-41. The box scores through the quarters. New Bremen led 13-8 after quarter one. Raiders led 29-21 at the half, and 40-27 after three. The Cardinals win that fourth quarter by 1 over the Raiders, but it ultimately a 53-41 Raider victory to show for it. So New Bremen will take a couple days off. They'll come back and play fellow Shelby County Athletic League team Botkins over in the Nest. Again, if you're a New Bremen fan, you can buy that game on NK Telco and listen to that game. The Raiders have a bit off until Thursday, tournament action. They'll play against Riverside out of the Northwest Central Conference at Sydney High School. You can catch that game on scoresbroadcast.com. Jack Kramer and Chuck McBee will have the action on Scores Broadcast or 105.5 TAM FM for it, following the Lady Raiders. So, again, our last girls broadcast of the night. Tonight, you Russia Raider fans can listen to the boys broadcast against Ansonia. Josh Overholzer on the call for that from WTGR Tiger Country here on the Fish Report channel here coming up in a little bit. So, we'd like to thank our crew here tonight. The Russia Raiders get a big victory, 53-41. For Heavy D, I'm Brandon Coverman. On camera, Quinn Hoying. So long here from Claire C. Nouveau Gymnasium.